Hi, it's about 8:30 or so. Yeah, I just got back from the lighting, the first ever lighting of the Menorah in Pflugerville. In some ways, I'm disappointed. I'll comment on that later, and we'll be uploading the videos from that. And sorry, I touched something. And actually, I had Uber drop me off right here. Actually, Michael, the black dude, wonderful car, had no trouble getting my feet in. Nice big. And I was telling him about the first driver who picked me up. It was fucking hilarious. I'm gonna probably have, although thanks to actually for the first time in months, I've drank some alcohol. I know to drink scotch, nothing corn based. And the assholes at somebody who's not even from Texas is called Victory Tap. I would have actually been far more welcome. I just didn't like the crowd at the menorah lighting was held right next to a gay bar, and there was like all these gay married couples that were in the crowd because I noticed early on in their description this was going to be a diversity crowd. Hint, hint. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to let me know that it's because of the way the municipal buildings are placed. They've got a lighted, and the menorah is actually going to be moved down by the highway, but I wanted that crowd. I told them, actually, the crowd was full of undercover plainclothes officers. They had a presence, but at a distance. And actually, at one point, you may hear me say, "Why don't you let the big Jew light them?" Me, meaning me. They had to get a ladder to get the little Jew to get up to light what is a petroleum-based wick candle. Not olive oil, as I think the original one was, but I got to tell you that the first Uber driver that took me there, number one, he stopped more than a block, actually, almost really 2 blocks short. That right there is a strike because the road was open. There were no barriers, nothing. He decided to do that, but the main thing was that the minute I got into his vehicle, I noticed as we began to go up Dessau Road, actually before even getting on Dessau, FM 685, that he had the passenger side window down blowing on me to perhaps to cover up the fact that he was shitting in his fucking pants. Yep. And I speak Spanish, as y'all well know. This motherfucking was listening to Spanish communist radio by satellite in his vehicle, which really wasn't very comfortable or clean. Do you think you're going to get a tip out of me after I have to smell? I'm sorry. There's a difference between flatulence and somebody who's actually moving their bowels upon themselves. I reported the odor and the short stoppage to explain why I gave him a $0 tip, and I think I skipped all stars together, like an absolute zero rating. You're not the black dude. His vehicle is immaculate, had plenty of room. I didn't have to play like a ballet dancer to get. It was a Volvo, blue Volvo, lovely ride. He got his tip, and we actually were chatting until he got picked up his next ride. And I'm gonna tell you what, that Victory Tap or whatever across from the gay bar, what a bunch of fucking ripoffs. When I finally got my bill, they were charging me $8 per 30 milliliters. That's 1 ounce of crappy ass Johnny Walker Black. I'm sorry, but across the street, I'm sure at the gay bar, I could have got it for no more than $3 for a full jigger, 1.5 ounces. And then the guy serving me put up the glass of ice water to mark me as, when you cut me off, and then I talked to the owner or manager in the most perfect English and tell him, yes, I understand all about the Dram Shop Act. My family, my nephews are attorneys, yada, yada. No, I told him I came by Uber. I have a history of falls. I just wanted at least, actually, I'm glad I didn't, because my total bar tab, I put about 5 ones in a tip jar just in case no, when it came down to the tip line, I went null set, Kaika in German, meaning null set, 0 tip for the server, because he's the one that called the shot to cut me off. Do I in any way look impaired to you? My speech was perfect. My ambulation is never perfect. And when you're charging me literally what would have been more than $8 per ounce for Johnny Walker Black, one of the only scotches that they had, you can buy really good quality single malt scotch anywhere around here for $8 per ounce. And you know what? They were serving a lot of people foods that I could tell by the smell that they're using palm oil and other shit. It's just garbage fucking food at the Victory Tap in downtown, right across from all the municipal buildings and stuff like that. Don't ever go there. They will get my review, just like Cheddar's. Tomorrow I'll give a good review on Cheddar's. Already did. But I'm talking about on the web. And that place is just a price gouging. I'm really not upset when they don't have a price list. I know this is COVID times. They still, where you didn't really know what you're going to pay until the end of the meal. So anyway, stand by. I'm going to begin. Actually, I really only needed alcohol, and I already decided a long time ago it either has to be grape alcohol or from barley, malted barley, because I ain't drinking no corn alcohol. I ain't drinking no beer. Do I look that fucking stupid? I think part of it was I was just really, my voice carries, and all of a sudden they realized that they had a very famous person in the bar, because the guy next to me, he initiated the conversation. And I let him, because he was thinking about walking on. He was talking to his little gay buddy, super gay buddy. He was talking about walking on to an NFL team, and which I explained later. What you're talking about is becoming a volunteer tackle dummy, which you probably wouldn't last after the first kickoff, special teams kickoff, before you got crippled for life. You and me sitting there playing with the guy. Actually puts his card and cash. They're selling them now on YouTube. They're the metal and plastic version of them for like $2. He's had his forever. I don't know. Quick Click, I think, is the name of the product. And it's a little too thick, actually. I actually told them the history of being around rich people and the way they handle their money. You may have a money clip in one pocket for tips, fives, tens, 20s, and 50s. And then in your breast pocket, you'll have a thin, very super thin, unfolded, long wallet made of glove skin that can hold easily 10 to 15 $100 bills, or in those days, actually, at that time, you could still carry $5,000, $500 bills. Back in the late 60s, they were still in circulation and obtainable in good condition from your bank. Here's some guy that's barely 40 years old. So anyway, I think I'm going to go for a hot coffee because I'm almost out of cigarettes. I really haven't bought cigarettes yet today because, the owner's always pushing me to buy more than I need. And who knows, I might buy some grape alcohol because, to tell you the truth, I was really hurting during the filming. You'll see I'm about to post a series of videos on the first menorah lighting in Pflugerville. I especially enjoyed the kids. They were looking up at because their moms were Jewish, but there were so many people present that are not Jewish in any way, shape, or form. They were just from the gay bar next door, but I was prepared, and there were plenty of a Mr. whose name I will not mention told me that actually the crowd was full of plainclothes cops, fully armed. And when speaking to him, I told him, yeah, I came prepared too. I've got 2 cans of pepper spray in my pocket. I'm not going to tolerate any misbehavior at my people's celebration of the Festival of Lights. I'm actually not very happy with the rabbi because he kept talking Sephardic in Texas. And he really didn't give a real factual that the fact that our temple was seized by, he said Greco-Syrian. He left out the word homosexuals. So, and he's a Lubavitsa. For those of you who understand, Lubavitsas are not supposed to mince words or modify anything. And the crowd was about half. I already knew that. I already told you that because they wanted to celebrate diversity in the community. Well, that's only because they were parked right next to one of the biggest, hardest downtown all night, stomping, screaming, jumping, MC gay bar where I could have gotten my Johnny Walker Black for a third of the cost. Anyway, enjoy. Because of the pain relief, I think I can make the 1,000 feet to 7-Eleven and back. I need a couple packs because in the morning I don't really give a fuck. If I want to sleep here, even though it's Tuesday morning, if I want to sleep here till 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning and shit, I'm going to. I don't care. They've always been, sir, will you be leaving soon? Soon, I'm leaving right now. They know as long as they let me know that some Karen has complained, I will leave immediately. I'm already set up to leave immediately. I just got to, at the end, I can't believe an actual guy who, I think he'd only done like 1,300 trips, but he was actually had anal leakage or defecation while driving me. There's a different smell between flatulence and actual excretion of very nasty. I'm trying to peg the spices. They smelled a bit like he had indulged in some Thai food. Oh. And he expects me to sit there. Please, by then it was cold. He actually expected for him to get in the vehicle. We already had the window down to try to let the stank out, and to take about what was a 2-mile trip with him leaving the passenger side window open, which blows right in my face. He closed it a couple times because I was looking up at him in the mirror and then watching. I could read what he had on what was like Sirius XM. He was listening to fucking Spanish commie shit and then just shitting his pants. It was fucking hilarious, dudes. It was. I'll let you go. I'll start uploading the other videos. I got plenty of battery power. I might have to drink some really nasty sulfited. That's why I went to Scotch, because it is sulfited. It's made from barley. Yeah. And geez, I'm not having any sulfite response. I just got actually the pain relief I need to do the next. Could have had the driver drop me there, but then I would have had to walk over here. That's 500 feet. So I really want to get this up now because this is will be watched by my English audience at 0600 hours or thereafter Greenwich Mean Time. I've really never had a Uber driver literally shitting in his pants while driving me. That's just fucking. And then he stopped actually 2 full blocks, because it's in the record where he stopped, and the destination I put in stopped 2 blocks, which I had to walk. Why do you think I was craving alcohol? I had to stand and walk an inordinate amount of time this evening. If you think you're getting any money out of my pocket for making me smell your doo-doo and dropping me 2 blocks short of 100 East Main Street, you're fucked in the head. Dude, you really need to. Yeah, he won't last. I can't be the first and I won't be the last. He didn't rack up many rides, and I'm at 18 minutes, which is the special Jewish magical number of life.